That was your first performance was on TV?
Yeah.
That's nerve-wracking, no?
Yeah. Oof.
You're like, let me just go for it.
Yeah, well, you know, when you don't even know how a microphone works, like, okay. You just fake it until you make it.
Hey friends, it's your girl Emily Curl, and right now we're here at our New York offices, our iHeartRadio headquarters, and we are hanging out with Loreen. We have Loreen in the building. Can we give it up?
Oh, thank you. Thank
Our
you.
2023 Eurovision winner. We're sitting in the presence of royalty.
Did you see how I took that in? I'm like, thank you. Thank you.
I love it. This is our first time meeting, but I already love your energy.
Well, you know, maybe it's not our first time. We've met past lives, you know.
Sure, you're right. Kindred spirits, our matching jackets.
I'm telling you.
I'm ready. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Well, we're happy to have you here. This is really exciting. You have had so much happening this year already. You won Eurovision this year.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what life has looked like since. What's life been like for you lately?
Oh, God, it's been, first of all, it's been a nomadic life, I have to say.
You're going everywhere.
Yeah, I'm traveling everywhere. I should be used to this, but it's intense, but it's beautifully intense, you know? It's like people, when they come up and be like, how are you feeling? Are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm having the time of my life.
And I feel like you have the energy to match, yeah.
Yeah.
So Sweden is still home for you. You're still there, and you're just traveling around. What city is like really like sparks your creativity?
I mean, it's here. It's New York.
It's
I've
New
never
York.
felt so New Yorkish in my life. Like, I feel like this is my New York outfit. Wait a minute.
Now, perfect. Now, Loreen, what's really amazing is you are the first woman and second person ever to win Eurovision twice, which I didn't even know you could enter twice. What made you want to go back a second time around?
That was just crazy. It was just certain things, certain events that happened in my life at that time. If you had asked me a year ago, like, would you consider being at the Eurovision? And, you know, I'm like, no, I mean, I don't think life wants me to go that way. But then the song came, and then they popped the question, and I said no, initially.
So you initially said no. What changed your mind?
First of all, I'm not into competitions, but I just had this feeling. Like, whenever I said no, there was this dense feeling in me. I'm like, why do I feel heavy? And whenever I said yes, there was like this, you know, that creative feeling?
Yeah.
When it sparks in you, I'm like, why is the universe pointing that direction? It was not supposed to be like that. But I'm like, I just saw the joy in people. They're like, you know, the people that I trust. They're like, oh, it would be so much fun if you could be there. Like, and they asked all these questions, like, what would you create? What would you do? And I'm like, wait a minute. Why do I create? I create to connect with people. So the universe is pointing that way. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take a leap of faith, trust my gut, and see what happens. This is so, excuse my language, but crazy. I was gonna say fucked up, but crazy, but I'm gonna do it.
You can say both, yeah.
Yeah, I can say that. Okay, it was fucked up. I'm like, but I'm gonna do this. And now, 6 months later, I'm sitting here with you having a nice time. So you can imagine I'm a little bit confused.
Take me back to that final performance because we've all seen the video. You really left it all on that stage. What's going through your mind? You're on stage, you're singing your heart out to your song. What's happening?
At that moment?
At that moment.
Not so much. No, honestly. You know, there's a space when you're creative, like, that is like, I call it like a neutral space. I mean, everything is going on and nothing is going on. Like, there's this, like, when you're just in the moment.
You're fully in the zone.
That space is so, it's like almost like meditation, but with a lot of energy. You know, it's almost like you're in your human body when you're going up on stage, and the moment the song starts, it's like, boom, and then you're somewhere else. You're there fully and completely with the people, but the mind is not involved anymore. It's such a beautiful space. Usually when we create, all of us, when we create, we're in that space.
Well, like you said, it like a spiritual moment. It feels like a spiritual energy.
Yeah, and you're complete at that moment, you know? And once you get out of it, you're like, oh, it was this body, okay.
You're like, what just happened up there?
Yeah. But it's just that those moments are usually reminders. At least it reminds me of what really matters. And there's also the fact that there's nothing to fix. We're trying to fix everything. We're like, but we're complete. Like, we already have everything.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful space.
And then tell me about Tattoo, the song. I know so many of your fans have resonated so deeply with it.
Isn't that interesting? Yeah.
It is. Why do you think that is?
I guess it's just, it goes in softly, and then and then it works itself in, and when you come to the chorus where it's a full power situation, it's almost like a release, We need that sometimes because sometimes we have stagnation in our systems, and songs like that, they do the job.
If you need to like have a good cry or have to feel like a good emotional moment, what song do you play? What do you put on?
Oh God, there's so many songs.
There's so many. I love some good old like sad build,
God.
slow build. You get.
But honestly, like where I can start, like I get emotional just by hearing her first two words. It is when Whitney goes, if, and then it just flows. I just cry.
I like kind of got a knot in my stomach too. That you're right. I'm like, oh my God, it sets its own.
Certain voices just do things to us. That's why they're there.
For you, what were those voices growing up? Like, what albums did you love? What voices did you love? Like when you were young. Take me back to that time.
Oh wow! I mean, when I was young, it wasn't like, because we grew up, I wouldn't say poor, but we didn't have that much. So it's not like I had a choice. There were like these vinyls that mother had. Like, yeah, you have to take those. I'm like, okay, I can take those. Like, but I guess things happen for a reason. And there was Whitney. There was Celine Dion, Aretha Franklin. All these big voices.
Powerful voices.
Powerful voices. Those are my teachers. So. Funny thing, I used to listen to them as a child and trying to sing as, Whitney, but, it sounded like, well, the voice wasn't that developed at the time.
So you were always singing. Did you always love music?
Yeah.
It
was a sanctuary as a child, We find our places. I was a very shy kid.
You shy? I can't imagine that, honestly.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. You don't even realize, like, as a kid I was.
What's your first memory of, like, performing for an audience or for a crowd?
My first, when it happened or what I felt?
Just your first moment where you're like, okay, I'm actually performing for these people. Like, was it at a school play? Was it in front of your parents, your friends, karaoke?
Honestly, my first performance that I would say is a real performance where I'm not practicing, that was actually a TV performance in Sweden, which is crazy.
That was your first performance was on TV?
Yeah.
That's nerve-wracking, no?
Yeah.
You're like, let me just go for it.
When you don't even know how a microphone works, like, okay. You just fake it until you make it, like, la, like,
What would that girl think of this performance now? Like, you just won Eurovision. Like, that's a crazy moment.
Yeah. I don't know. What would the young me say if... Yes, that would be what... Woo! Yay! Like that, something like that.
Now, I know I mentioned this before too, but it is wild to me that you've won Eurovision twice.
Yeah.
Take me back to the first time. How old were you when you won the first one?
I'm not sure, but I think I was 27 or like 28. I can't remember, honestly.
Do you feel like going into this one that you did this past year, was like, did you have like, I don't even want to say a leg up, but did you have an idea of what to expect going in or a better understanding of how it all works?
Oh,
or like,
yeah, a better understanding.
Yeah.
Yes. So, I mean, this time when I went in, I'm like, I know not what to do, just like what not to focus on, You know what you can do and cannot do in terms of, I mean, creatively.
So you understood more of the parameters, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to do this. No, we can't. Oh, yes, we can. No, we can't. I know we can.
Advocating for yourself.
Yeah, but protect your creativity.
Where do you find creativity now?
Inspiration?
Yeah, like outside of music, like do you have any like passions or interests that really like provide the creativity or the imagination for you to write songs?
Two things.
Okay.
Nature. Just nature, like, sometimes, because I was in Iceland just recently, and I just look around, I'm like, what is this? This is so beautiful. How can this even exist? Like, it was so...
Right.
It was so overwhelmingly beautiful. But another thing that inspires me is just people in general. I'm meeting people. There's so many exciting people, and they have their differences, and, I like that. I'm a people's person. I grew up in a big family. I like, especially people that, they're themselves,
Yeah, there is something freeing about that.
Yeah, very much.
I can imagine you meet a lot of those types of people at Eurovision, like a lot of the other acts. Like, did you make a lot of friends? Like, did you meet a lot of interesting people, like, through the process?
Some of them, you connect with some of them. Yeah. But me, like, I was very focused on what I was supposed to do. It took 6 months of my life. I knew the moment I said yes to this, that it's almost like method acting, like,
You're fully in it.
Fully in it, because it's all about what you're sending out, everything is energy. So you need to be very much aware when you're sending out what you're sending out to 450 million people.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people. It's a lot of pressure. Does the pressure ever get to you?
I mean, the pressure, no. The pressure has to do with ego. You know, you have to be responsible with that. You know, because if you turn around and say, like, there is an opportunity here where you can send out some very good vibrations, if you want, to a lot of people. So what would you do?
And then now, coming off of that, coming off the win, so many people are looking at you, they're listening to your music. What happens after Eurovision for you? What does that look like?
Oh, what happens after Eurovision usually is like, you know, you create a lot of music.
So you're creating.
Oh, yeah, and it's beautiful. And you know, the beautiful thing about this process is that I'm implementing some heritage, some of my nomadic blood in this, you know. It's very spiritual. So that part it came organically. I don't know, like it was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
So that is going to come into my music now, which is nice.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
How cool is it for you to like go home to Sweden and the country, knowing you're representing the country? I'm sure everyone is so excited to see you there.
Yeah.
What happens when you walk on the streets?
So funny. Last time I was in Sweden, I woke up. Was it like 6 o'clock in the morning? Nobody's awake 6 o'clock in the morning. I went out of my house, and somebody across the street like, "Congratulations!" I'm like, "You're supposed to sleep, man. This is too early."
The fans are everywhere.
No, but this was just like somebody going to work and she saw me. Like, I was like
That's
go
gotta-
to sleep.
That's gotta feel good. It's gonna feel good.
Well, you know, because the people in Sweden, they're very shy. They don't often come up and say like, "Great job," because they're shy.
Then what happens when you come to America and to New York? Because I feel like they're not shy.
But so whenever somebody says something, it takes a lot of energy. I mean, they're really,
Yeah.
as a people, they're very shy, I have to say, the Swedes.
Yeah. Wow.
So if they scream across the street, then they're very excited.
Then you know it's a big thing. We're so happy for you. I'm so excited for you and so excited about all the new music that you're working on.
Yeah.
Can you give us any teasers, anything that you have coming up?
Oh, you mean in terms of like singing, or like, don't ask me to sing here. I just
Oh,
told
no,
you
you're
that
not
I was
gonna
a
sing it?
shy person, and now you're putting me on the spot here.
Listen, if you want to sing a little Whitney, I'm here for it. Serenade.
Hey.
Like you said, you're constantly creating. So can we expect like you releasing more music this year?
Oh, yeah.
Videos, tours. Give us the full
Oh
rundown.
yeah, okay. Let me do a presentation then.
Please.
No, I'm just kidding.
We're
Just
ready.
kidding. No. So there's gonna be some music releases this year.
Oh, that's
Hopefully,
exciting.
yeah, that's exciting. That is so exciting.
It's so exciting.
Yeah.
It really is.
So this is gonna be a music year for me, and next year also. And then there is a tour, but it's a European tour.
European
so
tour. Okay.
so
we gotta get our tickets.
Americans, you have to
We're going.
wait
Come on.
a while. So it's gonna start in November.
Oh, that's
So
exciting.
so we're doing, and it's going to continue on to 2024. Where are we? 25, 26,
I know, right?
28?
It's like right.
I've lost track of time.
It's wild. It's a good feeling though.
No, but it's nice to, finally go out there and meet people because,
Yeah.
music for me, it's about a connection.
Mm.
So when you're in a room together, you sing, especially when you sing together, like, it has a very collective healing power.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be a bit spiritual.
I know. I love the spirituality. I'm here for it. And that's what we like to do here at iHeart too, is like connect artists to fans, like I've been mentioning. So we have a lot of your fans watching. If you want to send a message.
What, is this live?
Oh yeah. No,
Oh
I'm kidding,
my
I'm kidding.
God.
But if you want to send a message to your fans right now that are watching this, what do you want to say to them?
Oh, God. You want me to, can I look at
Yeah,
them?
you can look directly at them.
Guys, first of all, thank you so much for all the support. I read all your comments. You write such beautiful comments. It's crazy. I don't know how many times I've cried just reading these comments. But anyways, thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I hope you guys like the music that's coming out. Ta-ta.
Loreen, we love you. Can we give it up one more time, Loreen, in our studio? This has been so fun. Thank you for coming by. So great chatting with you. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Did you like that video? You can check out more over here. And don't forget to subscribe to iHeart right here. And if you're already a longtime fan, make sure you ring the bell down below so you don't miss a single video. Bye guys.